Congress holds an impeachment inquiry hearing for President Donald Trump. Our senior class gets the college experience, and our very own Dr. Marco Clark is honored at the United Negro College Fund Gala 2019.
All these stories, plus your entertainment and Spartan Sports Zone, are all up next on this edition of RWN.
Hello, Richard Wright.
And welcome to your latest installment of RWN. I'm Zachary Moore.
And I'm Skylee Johnson. The House prepares for their next steps after hearing testimonies at the impeachment hearing for President Donald Trump. Let's take a look at our leading story. An impeachment inquiry against Donald Trump was initiated by the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, on September 24, 2019. After a whistleblower alleged that U.S. President Donald Trump had abused the power of the presidency by pressuring the president of Ukraine in a July 25, 2019, phone call to undertake actions intended to damage Trump's political rival Joe Biden in the 2020 election. The whistleblower's complaint was given to Congress on September 25th and released to the public the next day. Congress wrapped up the last hearing Thursday after beginning on November 14th. 12 witnesses took the stand to testify on behalf of the matter. Fiona Hill, former senior director for Europe and Russia at the National Security Council, and David Holmes, political counselor at the U.S. Embassy in Kiev, both gave damning statements that involve Gordon Sondland, ambassador to the European Union.
I could hear the president's voice through the earpiece of the phone. And Ambassador Sondland held the phone away from his ear for a period of time, presumably because of the loud volume. Ambassador Sondland replied yes, he was in Ukraine, and went on to state that President Zelensky, quote, loves your ass. I then heard President Trump ask, so he's going to do the investigation. Ambassador Sondland replied that he's going to do it, adding that President Zelensky will do anything you ask him to do.
Very unfortunately, I had a bit of a blow-up with Ambassador Sondland. Often when women show anger, it's not fully appreciated. It's often, pushed onto emotional issues, perhaps, or deflected onto other people. And what I was angry about was that he wasn't coordinating with us. Now, I actually realised, having listened to his deposition, that he was absolutely right. That he wasn't coordinating with us because we weren't doing the same thing that he was doing. He was being involved in a domestic political errand. And we were being involved in national security foreign policy, and those two things had just diverged. I did say to him, Ambassador Sondland, Gordon, I think this is all going to blow up, and here we are.
President Trump called into Fox and Friends and gives his views on the inquiry.
All of those witnesses, they're all shifty shifts. Don't forget, there was no due process. You can't have lawyers. We couldn't have any witnesses. Right. We want to call the whistleblower. But you know who I want as the first witness? Because, frankly, I want a trial. I could have it.
You want a trial?
Whatever I want. Oh, I would. Look, number one, they should never, ever impeach. This is not impeach. I watched 5 people on your network yesterday say there's nothing here. Assuming these people are as sleazy as they are, and Nancy Pelosi is totally incompetent, she's absolutely lost. She doesn't know what she's doing. She hasn't done anything. She can't get anything approved.
The next session is set to be in December, so stay tuned for that. I'm Skylee Johnson reporting for RWN.
This past week, students spent some time with well-respected photojournalist Jahi Chikwindu and toured the DuPont Underground World Press photo exhibit. Let's take a look.
Several members of the Rotary Interact Club and other aspiring Richard Wright photographers had the opportunity to work with award-winning Washington Post photojournalist Jahi Chikwindu in a 2-part series sponsored by the DC Rotary Club and organized by Rotary member and jazz singer Shangamir. The first part took place at Richard Wright, where students were introduced to the extraordinary work of Jahi Chikwindu through his extensive travels around the world covering numerous humanitarian issues.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I have this expression that's trying to get out. I don't all the way understand it. But put all of you into it. And what happens is, like, I put all of myself into telling these people's stories. So when I go back to show you what I experienced, I want you to look at these pictures and make it feel like you're all up in there. You're in there with their feelings. You can feel how hot it is. You know what I mean? That's the goal of a storyteller. Me anyway, when I go to these places, to bring back their deepest experiences. So I'm glad that's your immediate reaction, that it's something you could feel.
The second part ended with a visit to the creative community space, the DuPont Underground, to view the World Press Photo Exhibition 2019, open until December 8th, where student work was also projected onto the great walls of this dynamic space, and they received constructive criticism on their own photo stories from Mr. Jahi.
I was telling the sister, you might try this to get that, when I don't know who was saying no and stuff. Like, when I'm looking at this, I don't know the situations that you would put yourselves in. So, to have somebody being critical when they wasn't even there to see the challenges that y'all had to work through, I appreciate you opening yourselves up to it. And hopefully, by the end of this, that with the good work that you showed today, the next time you go out,
After the group discussion and lunch, students took that feedback to apply it on a photo walk around DuPont Circle. The opportunity to work with documentary photographer Jahi Shekwindu and his tremendous level of experience in depth, breadth, understanding, and concern was one that will be lasting and appreciated as students continue to grow in documenting their own stories for the world to eventually view.
Well, I'm Angel Silvers. I'm the secretary of the Rotary Interact Club at Richard Wright. The president Moore wasn't able to make it today, but I just want to say thank you to DuPont Circle Underground for having us here today and reaching out to us.
I'm Mr. Jackson, reporting for RWN.
The South Carolina Combat Veterans Group spent time with the students and staff as they celebrated their annual school luncheon. Here's the story.
Every year, staff and students host a luncheon for the South Carolina Combat Veterans Group. The group began as a therapeutic support for veterans suffering from PTSD and since grown to well over 400 members. Richard Wright has the honor of hosting this event for the last number of years. Students look forward to being a part of such a heartfelt moment in the lives of this elite group of service. It is an afternoon filled with entertainment, amazing food, camaraderie, and love. I am Marquis, reporting from RWN.
RWN is just getting started. But before we go on break, we would like to say Happy Veterans Day to all who have served and continue to serve our country. Thank you.
We are genuinely appreciative of your services. We will be right back after these messages.
Welcome back to RWN, where the news is always right. I'm Zachary Moore.
And I'm Skylee Johnson.
Here at Richard Wright, we do things the right way. We exemplify excellence.
Yes, we do, Zach. That's exactly what our CEO and founder did at the UNCF Gala. Here's the story.
One of our very own founder and CEO, Dr. Marco Clark, was recently recognized and honored for the work he does on a daily basis and has done for the last 25 years. The United Negro College Fund chose Dr. Clark as the very first recipient of the Making a Difference Torch Award for their inaugural gala held at the International Spy Museum.
So tonight, before I even say a word, I want to make sure that I want to donate $1,000 tonight to the UNCF. I want to say thank you to UNCF for proving that a mind is truly not a terrible thing to waste. Definitely, you don't want to waste a mind. And I remember being a spelling bee champion at 10 years old and told 11 years old that I was functionally illiterate. But I went from being called a functional illiterate to PhD.
That's right.
Yes, sir. I want to thank all of the other honorees tonight for being great. You guys are awesome, and I am just elated to be on the stage with you. I want to also thank you for just being a supportive piece in this process. I want to thank all the other, my team from Richard Wright Public Charter School who showed up tonight. We make a difference each and every day. I want to thank my parents for sticking in there with me when the school system said that I would not make it, but they were there saying that I could keep pushing on. I want to also acknowledge my daughter, who's also an HBCU student at Spelman College right now in her second year on the dean's list. For giving up time with her father that she could have spent a lot of time, she shared me with thousands of other young people who needed me as well. I want to thank my parents again for just being there for me, as well as and I'll just say this, ladies, I got the most beautiful woman in the building tonight. I just want to miss her. And last but not least, I want to thank God for just deciding to store something inside of me to continue to work. I could have been in jail, could have been in the grave, but he saw something in me that said, I can work with you to save others. And through my work, over 25 years of work, I've saved thousands of kids who've gone to school. Last year we raised $1.2 million for 60 students who graduated from college, who graduated from high school. And we also made sure that all of our students are accepted to 5 or more colleges every year before they graduate. So I thank you for this wonderful honor. Thank you guys.
The night was full of entertainment and glamour, bringing together national celebrities, civic leaders, alumni, dignitaries, volunteers, and friends of the UNCF to celebrate Black excellence. Presented by the UNCF Young Professional Group and a host of corporate sponsors, this premier fundraising gala focused on raising awareness of the need and benefits of a college education, celebrating HBCUs, rising leaders, and excellence. Some of the Richard Wright family were in attendance to support Dr. Clark and the UNCF cause. But we all want to congratulate Dr. Clark for his outstanding achievement and thank him for having the tenacity and determination to open, build, and grow our school, Richard Wright. Thank you, Dr. Clark, for being a great role model for us and to make a difference in the world one day.
Richard Wright students express what their charter school means to them in the form of film, art, and poetry. Here's the story.
What does my charter school mean to me was the question put forth for students across the district to answer in video, essay, visual art, and poetry in the Student Excellence Competition sponsored by various public charter advocacy organizations locally and nationally. The award ceremony was a part of a bigger movement to open doors and unlock opportunities. Richard Wright students Amari Romney, Markeith Davis, and Mackenzie Turner submitted work for video, art, and poetry respectively.
Place of potential and unlimited opportunities invested in the youth and be helping out the community and usually surrounded by positivities new to me. Can't wait for the day where we treasure knowledge over jewelry. Free to express, feel like no more pressure on top of me. Nevertheless, no excuse, yeah, that's the policy. Teaching me modesty, mixing it with the honesty. And honestly, I know it's not perfect, but it's a part of me.
After much anticipation, 11th grader Amari Romney received first place after receiving $1,000 and earning $5,000 for the school. A huge congratulations to all of our finalists who continue to be winners in our book. It was a day filled with celebration of charter schools and activism, focused on a citywide call to action for the district government to release vacant school buildings to public charter schools throughout the district. Dr. Ramona Edelin, Executive Director of the D.C. Association of Charter Public Schools, Rick Cruz, Chair of the D.C. Public Charter School Board, Senator Mary Landry, and Dr. Howard Fuller from the Institute of Transformation of Learning strongly encourage everyone to get involved by reaching out to Mayor Bowser to open the doors of those vacant buildings to public charter schools and unlock opportunities for the 12,000 students who are waitlisted for public charter schools around the district.
We're not done yet. Your entertainment and Spartan sports zones are all coming up after this break.
On November 7th, staff, students, and families joined us for a fun-filled night of board games and trivia, which included Jeopardy, Family Feud, and Scrabble. The event featured guest author Dr. Marco Clark, founder and CEO of Richard Wright Public Charter School, who spoke about the importance of reading and even shared some of his personal experiences while growing up. Even young people participated in the event and shared what they had been reading.
Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Tyler, you read a book lately?
Yes.
All right. What book did you read?
Pete the Cat.
Yo, you read Pete the Cat too? All right. Well, tell me something Pete the Cat did on the hat with skate with the hat.
He walked to school with his new shoes.
Oh! What? Have you read a book lately?
Yeah.
Okay. What book did you read?
Dogman.
Okay. Can you tell me just a little bit about that?
He's a dog and he's a man, and he has a friend called Petey.
Okay. What does Petey do?
He's like a bad guy, good guy. Sometimes he's good and sometimes he's bad.
I like it. I like it. Can y'all give it up? Good job. Good job, my friend. Thank you very much. Peace love. I'm listening.
Good afternoon, everybody. The last book I read is for you, Mr. Bussey. It's called The Pact.
Oh. That's one of my favorites. I got it on the shelf. In the office.
And the book kind of reminds me of your story.
Keep going. Better tell me.
It's about 4 black young men.
Great number, 4. That's right.
Grew up in the hood.
That's right.
Had labels on their back.
That's
and they turned out to be lawyers. And doctors. Oh, doctors?
No, excuse me, no help. We didn't have a lifeline.
I said doctors at the end.
Okay, keep going.
I didn't finish reading the book. You know, I'm getting to it.
You said you didn't finish reading?
I ain't finished reading, but I'm getting to it.
Have a seat.
The event was really special and a night to remember. I'm Ryan Davis, reporting for RWN.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Terrell Butler, with this week's entertainment. And without wasting any time, let's get right into it. Okay, so first let's get into this Harriet movie. I think it was a great movie, especially with the budget that they was given to create such a film on a historical figure. I think the movie was amazing and y'all should go see it. Don't pay attention what some haters say. Go follow Harriet.
There's not much time. You got to be miles away from here for dawn. Where is she? Follow that North Star. If there are no stars, just follow the river. Listen for them. Fear is your enemy. Whoa, easy now.
I'm gonna be free or die.
I don't know if you know how extraordinary this is, but you have made it 100 miles to freedom all by yourself. Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
Harriet Tubman.
You are welcome here anytime.
If I'm free, my family should be too. I made up my mind, I'm going back.
You're confident, composed. When trouble comes, you'll be ready.
Papers. Says here you're 5.5 feet tall. You ain't more than 5 feet.
Must have won my high boots that day.
Why you back here? It ain't safe.
I come to get you. Bring all of you to freedom.
Do you know what would happen if you got caught? You got lucky, Harriet.
I made it this far on my own, so don't you tell me what I can't do.
Harriet, welcome to the Underground Railroad. Everybody, everywhere is looking for you.
God don't mean people to own people.
Find this thief and burn her at the stake.
Harriet! I would give every last drop of blood in my veins until this monster called slavery is dead. Ready?
In other news, did y'all know that we were the adoptive school for the Motion Pictures Association? Now you know. Shout out to us. Students took a tour around the facility and was able to see famous costumes from Star Trek, Men in Black, Elf, Apollo 13, and let's not forget that Batmobile. All I can say, we doing big things. Hashtag imagine that. In other entertainment news, Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta has had another child via surrogate. E! saying it's the third child. Shade Room saying it's the second. It's a mess. I just want to see the baby face. And before I go, I cannot forget to tell y'all about the drama between Princess Love and Ray J. Ray J left his pregnant wife and daughter stranded in Vegas after Princess refused to move there. Now she's filing for divorce. I agree with you, sis. And Ray J, I only have 2 words. Kim Kardashian. That's all I have for you all this week. And just like the first letter of my name, that's the T. See y'all next week.
What's up, Slime? Welcome to this week's Spartan Sports Zone. My name is Damian Tinsley.
My name is Garrett Ferguson.
I would like to shout out the football team for making it to the Charter League Championship and the first round state playoffs. Man, they had a great season even though the quarterback was blind out there on the field.
I like how you did that, man, but you know, lineman ain't really want to block for me, so I had to get out of there.
Nah, just my wide receivers had butterfingers that day, couldn't catch a soul. But I mean, hey, maybe it was us, maybe it was them. All I know is my quarterback kind of blind in his right eye, but
you know what, you right. Anyways, I want to shout out the cheerleader team for their great support and the volleyball team for the amazing season they had this year.
And I would like to say that the basketball team is looking really great. We got a bunch of new talent. We recruited a lot of people, and I think we're gonna have a great season, man. We're gonna do better than what my quarterback did against Kip.
All right, now let's get into some NFL news, man.
Man, the 49ers and the Green Bay Packers, man, who would have thought? The 49ers smashed Green Bay. Man, what, 37-7? From a team that was 0-12 last year? Man, things ain't looking the same this year, dog.
They not. Every team, man, every team.
Man, let's get on them Eagles, you hear me?
Eagles, I know Dr. Clark mad.
He gonna be mad.
But we not gonna talk on that, man.
Man, Carson Wentz was out there throwing like you. It's like he played for the opposite team, just threw it to the opposite team the whole game.
But you know who I'm really surprised about, who got a W?
Who?
Redskins.
You lying.
Man, I mean, of course they gonna win when their ticket's only $5.
Man, with that much support, they better win.
I ain't wasting no $5 for nothing. Man, shout out to the Patriots.
The Cowboys defense did a great job.
I mean, they kept the game close, but they still lost. I mean, it's the Cowboys.
That's what y'all get.
I mean, who like the Cowboys?
No one.
I mean, it's the Cowboys.
The Cowgirls, you know.
Cowgirls, I'm sorry. But that's all we got for today. I'll see y'all next week. My name is Garrett Ferguson.
I'm Damian Tinsley.
And this is your Spartan Newscast.
Well, that's all we have for you today. We hope you enjoyed this edition of RWN, sponsored and brought to you by the DC Rotary Interact Club. I'm Zachary Moore.
And I'm Skylie Johnson, signing off for RWN. Everybody say good.
Everybody say better.
Everybody say best. Don't you ever let it rest till your good is your better and your better is your best.
You can do it. You just have to put your minds to it.
Bye.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbit.